Princess Mary, Countess of Harewood, was the only daughter of King George V and Queen Mary. As the great-granddaughter of Queen Victoria, she was born with the title Her Royal Highness Princess Mary of York. The young princess received an excellent education, had a deep love for literature, was fluent in several languages, and was trained in horsemanship. In 1922, under pressure from her parents, she married Viscount Lascelles, a man she did not love. Although her husband was not of royal blood, he possessed a significant fortune. During their marriage, the Countess of Harewood amassed an impressive collection of jewelry, which I will tell you about today. One of the exquisite pieces in her collection was a dazzling diamond necklace known as the Russian sapphire. This stunning necklace featured pendants adorned with 22 sapphires set within a flexible diamond fringe. The necklace's components could be worn separately as brooches. The sapphire necklace was originally part of a parure belonging to Cecile of Baden, who later became Grand Duchess Olga Feodorovna, and was a gift from Grand Duke Michael Nikolaevich in 1857 on the occasion of their marriage. After Grand Duchess Cecile's death, the necklace was inherited by her son, Grand Duke Michael Mikhailovich. In 1922, the piece was sold to Viscount Lascelles, the future 6th Earl of Harewood. Princess Mary found the necklace too heavy and first showcased it publicly as a corsage ornament. Paired with Queen Victoria's sapphire necklace and the Harewood tiara, the Countess of Harewood often used parts of the necklace as brooches. The Russian sapphire necklace was among the wedding gifts displayed at St. James's Palace. In 1935, the Devant de Corsage sapphire was among the jewels exhibited at the Russian Art Exhibition in London. Most of Princess Mary's jewelry collection was sold after her death. The sapphire necklace was auctioned at Christie's on November 23, 1960, for £28,000 to Levy Cohen, who made the purchase on behalf of Harry Winston of New York. The funds from the sale were directed by Princess Mary to support Harewood House and Estate. After the auction, the necklace was never seen again. The Harewood family retained only two small elements of the necklace: sapphires set in diamond scrolls, and Princess Mary's sapphire earrings. Now let's take a look at the Harewood fringe tiara. Created around 1890, this striking tiara was a wedding gift to Princess Mary when she married Viscount Lascelles in 1922, presented by the future Earl and Countess of Inchcape. Princess Mary began wearing her diamond fringe tiara shortly after the wedding, notably in a series of portraits taken in the early 1920s, where the tiara was complemented by two diamond Riviere necklaces and a diamond brooch. The fringe tiara was also selected for reproduction for the character portraying Princess Mary in the film Downton Abbey, set in the late 1920s. Although it was never as cherished as the Harewood scroll tiara, which I will discuss later, Princess Mary continued to wear her diamond fringe tiara with some regularity in the years following World War II. She was more frequently photographed wearing the Harewood fringe tiara during the 1960s, including at a gala dinner during a state visit to Greece in 1963 and when she granted independence to Trinidad and Zambia on behalf of the Queen. After Princess Mary's passing in 1965, the diamond fringe tiara was auctioned at Christie's in 1966, eventually becoming part of the Dukes of Westminster's collection. The fringe tiara has not been pictured on the current Dowager Duchess. Now let's move on to the next piece, the Harewood scroll tiara. It is said that this tiara, adorned with a large detachable diamond cluster in an ornate scroll design, has Russian origins, possibly acquired from an exiled Romanov relative around the time of Princess Mary's wedding to Viscount Lascelles, the future 6th Earl of Harewood, in 1922. The tiara was often paired with a sapphire and diamond brooch, a wedding gift from Queen Mary, and was frequently worn with a necklace from Queen Victoria's sapphire parure and a Devant de Corsage, formerly part of Grand Duchess Olga Feodorovna's collection, which had been a wedding gift from her groom. The sapphire version of the Harewood scroll tiara, along with the necklace and corsage, was notably worn by Princess Mary, the Princess Royal and Countess of Harewood, at the coronation of her brother King George VI in 1937, and again at the coronation of her niece, Queen Elizabeth II, in 1953, as well as at various other grand events. The princess also often wore a fully diamond version of the tiara with diamond necklaces or with her grand emerald necklace. After Princess Mary's death in 1965, the diamond version of the Harewood scroll tiara was sold at auction in 1970 for £9,500, while the sapphire and diamond brooch fetched £10,500. Now let me tell you about Queen Victoria's sapphire coronet. In 1842, Prince Albert commissioned Joseph Kitching to craft a sapphire and diamond coronet designed by the prince himself for his wife, Queen Victoria. The coronet was adorned with kite-shaped and cushion-cut sapphires and diamonds, and was part of a larger sapphire and diamond parure. Queen Victoria was thrilled with her new sapphire and diamond coronet and wore it that same year in a portrait by Franz Xaver Winterhalter. She also wore the tiara in several engravings and drawings, and during the state opening of Parliament in 1866, her first such event after Prince Albert's death. Queen Victoria also wore the coronet in an 1874 portrait by Henry Richard Graves. After her death, the coronet was passed down to her eldest son, King Edward VII, and later to his son, King George V, but it remained publicly unworn. In 1922, King George V gifted Queen Victoria's sapphire coronet and its accompanying parure to his only daughter, Princess Mary, upon her marriage to Viscount Lascelles, the heir to the earldom of Harewood. While Princess Mary, Countess of Harewood, later known as the Princess Royal, frequently wore the necklace with the Harewood scroll tiara, the coronet was worn rather infrequently. Notable occasions included a portrait in the 1920s, a concert at the Royal Albert Hall in 1934, and an event in the 1950s. After Princess Mary's death, the coronet was not sold like many other jewels, but remained within the family. In 1977, Patricia, Countess of Harewood, wore Queen Victoria's sapphire coronet at an informal dinner and reception at the Guildhall during the Queen's Silver Jubilee Tour of Yorkshire. In 1997, Wartskis, a jewelry firm, wrote to the Earl of Harewood inquiring about any royal items for an exhibition. The Countess responded by phone, mentioning that they had an item but noted that it was so small you probably won't want it. However, Wartskis was thrilled, and Queen Victoria's sapphire coronet was exhibited several times over the following years. At some point, however, the coronet was sold by the Harewood family, likely due to inheritance taxes after the death of the 7th Earl in 2011. In 2016, an anonymous owner of the coronet decided to sell it to an undisclosed foreign buyer. However, the British government imposed a temporary export ban to prevent the coronet from leaving the country, giving time to raise funds to purchase the piece. It was later announced that Queen Victoria's sapphire coronet had been acquired by the Victoria and Albert Museum. Now let's move on to the stunning emerald necklace of Princess Mary. Among the wedding gifts she received were a brooch featuring 3 large emeralds, presented by the County of York, and a diamond and emerald negligee pendant from the Royal Navy. Princess Mary was photographed wearing both for a portrait around 1936, though their designs made them quite heavy and less fashionable for the 1920s or 30s, so they were not frequently worn. Sometime between the mid-1930s and early 1950s, Princess Mary combined the York brooch and the Royal Navy negligee into a magnificent emerald and diamond necklace, featuring 2 rows of diamonds linking 5 emerald elements. Alongside the Romanov sapphire and diamond corsage, this emerald and diamond necklace was sold for £36,000 to an unknown buyer. The necklace later reappeared at a Christie's auction in Geneva in 1988, where it was sold for 825,000 Swiss francs. Its current whereabouts remain unknown. Now let's take a look at another masterpiece, the Harewood floral tiara. This striking diamond floral tiara is a family heirloom of the Earls of Harewood and was displayed at the Cartier exhibition before the coronation of King George V in 1911. Princess Mary often reworked family heirlooms into the Harewood scroll tiara or wore royal heirlooms in wedding gifts, such as Queen Victoria's sapphire tiara and her diamond fringe tiara, so the Harewood floral tiara emerged only after the wedding of her eldest son, the Earl of Harewood, to Marion Stein in 1949. The tiara notably appeared on the new Countess during Princess Elizabeth's tour of Yorkshire in 1949. The tiara's most prominent appearance was in 1953, when the Countess of Harewood wore it to Queen Elizabeth II's coronation at Westminster Abbey. In the late 1950s, the Countess was often depicted with a large floral pattern on her bodice, which may have been an element of the diamond floral tiara. The Countess of Harewood donned the diamond floral tiara for another notable appearance in the late 1950s, dancing with her friend Benjamin Britten. By 1959, the couple's marriage had ended, though the Countess refused to divorce until 1967, when the Earl already had a son with his second wife. Marion, the Countess of Harewood, later remarried MP Jeremy Thorpe and stood by him during the notorious Thorpe affair. The diamond floral tiara has not been worn publicly since, and its fate remains unclear, although it appears to have been displayed in recent years. Which piece of jewelry did you like the most? Leave your comments!